Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Joel's Vision Ministries, where we just really help you find your passion and your purpose in children's ministry. And then we also try to throw in some really practical tools that you can use in your ministries. I'm Sarah Vitasic. I'm the creator and founder of Joel's Vision Ministries, as well as Kidmin Connect, which is our online platform for children's ministry training. I am so excited that you've joined me today. We're going to be talking about some very important things. We're going to be talking about finding and training, and also really how you retain volunteers in your ministry. You know, let's be real. Children's ministry is not a one-person show. It would be really hard to run and do everything on your own. Now, I have done that before, and sometimes it's necessary. But for the most part, it's really important to have a wonderful group of trained volunteers. So today we're going to be going over 3 keys to recruiting volunteers, and then also 3 steps to training them, which will help you retain them in your ministry. So we really want them to be confident, committed, and ready to serve with you. All right, let's get started. Step number 1, the first key to recruiting children's ministers is to recruit out of vision, not desperation. Now, when I say that, a lot of times we are desperate because we need help so badly. It's so hard to prepare all the lessons, plan all the games, prepare a snack if you do a snack, get the art projects ready, and find the prizes, go shopping for the decor. It's just a lot of work for one person. So sometimes we might feel a desperation in our spirit for help. And I get it. I've been there. But we have to recruit out of our vision for the ministry, our goals, and what we want to see our ministry accomplish. And if we focus on that when we talk to people and we share our goals and we share our vision of where we see our ministry going and what we see happening amongst the children within our ministry, they will catch that vision. Instead of wondering, if you're showing them a desperation, they might be wondering why you don't have the help you need. Is there a catch to this? You know, what's going on here that you don't have enough help? So make sure you share your vision with them. Show them how it changes a child's life when you work with them in children's ministry, and invite them to be a part of this mission, these visions, these goals, not just fill a role and do something that you need. So that's key number 1. The second key is to make it personal. A lot of times it's easier for us to put it up on the bulletin boards, on the media screens, and in the announcements to say that we need help. But if you make it more personal, one-on-one, and go right to them to ask them if they'd be interested in being involved in children's ministry, you can share. That's when you'll have the place to share with them your vision and your goals, instead of them just seeing it splashed all over the announcements and then wondering why you don't have enough help. So make it very personal. Go to them and notice the people that you see that do well with children and encourage them in that. So you can go to them and say, hey, I see how well the children respond to you when you talk to them in the vestibule and in church, and you pray with them, and I see how well they respond to you. I think you would be a great asset to our children's ministry and on our children's ministry team. Encourage them by what you see in them and make it really personal to them specifically. And think outside the box. You know, it can be parents, it can be grandparents, empty nesters, teenagers, young people, college students. Think outside the box in the people that you think would work well in your children's ministry. Because when you work with children, having somebody in all different walks of life is helpful, because they see and can observe different things than the other person can. So a grandparent can observe something different than the teenager can. So think outside the box and make it personal. Go directly to them and share why you think they'd be an asset to your team. The third key is to lower the barrier to entry. And what I mean by that is a lot of times people think, oh boy, if I commit to teaching Sunday school or if I commit to being a helper in children's church, I'm going to be stuck there for the next 30 years of my life. Well, sometimes it does happen that way, but if that's the case, it's because then it gets in your heart and it's not just someone asking you to help anymore. Then you feel the call and they do end up staying. But when you're just asking somebody for the first time, they might not get that and they might think, oh no, if I commit, I'm stuck. So when you go to them and you talk to them personally, tell them they can try it out. Ask them to come for a week, just one service, or maybe ask them to come for a month of services or classes or however you have your programming set up. Have them try it out. Tell them they don't have to commit yet. They can come and try it first. That will relieve the stress of the commitment side until they see what it actually entails, and then they get excited about it and catch your vision. So make sure you don't just tell them we need a full-time teacher starting tomorrow. Give them a little time to get used to that. All right, now let's jump into the 3 steps of training. And when I say training, training is so important. And the reason why I think it's one of the most important things is because when you train someone well, that's when you can retain them. I know a lot of children's ministries have a hard time retaining their volunteers. Now, sometimes it happens because volunteers, if they're teenagers, they get a job or they move away, they go to college. You know, there's a lot of changes in life. So a lot of times it's hard to retain volunteers. But if you have well-trained volunteers and they don't have a life-changing circumstance, then you can retain them better. So here are 3 quick steps to retain your volunteers and train them first. Number 1, make sure you give a good orientation. Now, when I say orientation, that sounds a little scary if you don't already have a training plan, but keep it very simple. It can just be a meeting on a certain night or even a Sunday morning before class starts, and make it very cheerful, fun, warm, and simple. Give them a walkthrough of kind of the flow of your service or how the classroom works, all the safety precautions and emergency process that you have laid out, and help them see what you expect in that service or in that classroom. But keep it simple. Don't overwhelm them with all the tiny details. Just give them an overall perspective of what's expected, how it runs, and what their job is. Make sure you keep it friendly. And if you keep it down to this simple way, they won't feel so overwhelmed. If you overwhelm them in this first little orientation, you'll have a hard time keeping them in children's ministry. Number 2 step for training, pair the newbies with pros. So if you have more staff than just you and one other, pair the new people with somebody who's been there for a while. Let them shadow, let them follow along and just be a helper instead of taking a more prominent role in teaching or leading something. So, you know, nobody wants to go into something blind and not knowing what's expected. So if they're paired with somebody, they can see what their job is going to look like and what's expected of them. Always be a support. Always be there to give them little tips and ideas of what they can do next or what is needed next, and let them watch and do and learn and be there to be their support. And then the last step to training is to make sure you keep encouraging and keep equipping. Send them little videos during the week of training. Have a special training for all of your staff, either once a quarter, or it can be just a quick short meeting every week also. So whatever fits into your schedule better, make sure it's an ongoing process. You can find so many things for training online to help you know ways to encourage your staff, ways to share with them new ideas and new ways to work with children. And so do your own homework and study, and then share that with your staff and encourage them. Remember their birthdays. Send them cards to encourage. Even if you aren't able to send cards, text them once in a while and tell them how much you appreciate them and be an encouragement to them. It's all about connection. And that brings me to a bonus tip. It is so important that we're not just filling roles in our children's ministry. We need to really build a culture of volunteers that feel connected like family. So this isn't just about filling up jobs and getting everything covered. This is about coming together, working together as a team with the same goals, the same vision, and staying connected. So make sure you thank them often, show them how much you appreciate them, and celebrate their wins in their ministry and where they're working. Help them feel appreciated. When you do that, that's when they're going to be sticking around, and you're going to retain your volunteers much longer than if you are just so busy about the job that you forget to make it personal. So make it personal, connect with them, and love them and thank them, and you'll be able to retain them much better. So, quick recap. First, the 3 keys to recruiting. Recruit with vision, not with desperation. Invite personally, not just by announcements. And make it easy for them to try it out, not commit to years and years of service without first trying it out. And then for the 3 steps in training, train with clarity, make it simple and make it clear. Make sure you're working on building a community that work together and you pair them together with others, and consistent encouragement so that you can retain them. Those are the 3 main steps. You know, your dream team is out there. I've had my dream teams before, and it's wonderful when you all work together and you all have the same goals and you all have the same vision. You just need to invite them and share with them what you see God doing in your ministry. Let them catch the vision, and you'll be working right together hand in hand with the same goals. Let me know in the comments which of these tips you like the best, which ones you have done, or which ones you'd like to try. I'd love to hear that in the comments. I'd love to encourage you and celebrate you as you build your teams in children's ministry. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and also like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my new videos coming out soon. And also in the description, you can grab your free copy of 5 free object lessons, grab and go truths that I put together for you. It's totally free. And I just want to thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again next time. God bless.